Hello people, I'm Bharat Acharya. Welcome to a new video. So today we are doing 8085 microprocessor programming on the simulator. Yes, this was highly requested by you ever since you saw me doing simulator programming for 8051 microcontroller and for 8086 microprocessor. I've been bombarded with requests. So at least make one video, at least do some programs on 8085 simulator also, so that we know how to practice programs at home. Yes, that's the key, my friend. You can see 100 programs on the board, you can see 100 programs on the textbook, write programs on paper. None of it is anything compared to doing programming on the simulator, because here you come to know whether your program is right or wrong on the spot. You can correct. I'm going to show you how to do step-by-step execution, single stepping, by which you can identify where you're making a mistake, correct your programs, test for all possible inputs. You're doing complicated programs, you want to test for zero input, you want to test for FF input. Those are the kind of things examiners do when they take your practical exam. So you can practice all of this. A simulator is like a playground. Once I teach you how to use it, there is no end to it. It's your creativity and your liking towards the subject. The more you want to do it, you have your playground. You can practice it. The simulator that I'm going to use is a web-based simulator. So you can run it on your Windows PC, you can run it on Mac if you use a Mac, you can run it on your phone, whether it's an Android phone, iOS, doesn't matter. It's a web-based browser. So you don't have an excuse after this. Yes, some people buy that 8085 kit and practice programming at home. But not everyone can afford the kit. That's one, it's pretty expensive. Secondly, the kit is of no use to you after 8085 is over, because that same kit will not do 8086 programming or things like that. But you all have a computer, you all have a phone. On that, if you know how to use your simulator, that's it. You can keep practicing as many programs as you can. So here's the thing. Today's lecture, first of all, I'm going to show you how to use the simulator, the basics of that, how the simulator, how it works, how to enter values in the memory for testing a program, how to type out your program, how to assemble and execute it. Once you are accustomed to the simulator, then I'll show you, or I'll do the first program with you, that is add two numbers. We're going to do it in two different ways. Normal method, that's how amateurs do it, and then the professional way of doing it using M, the memory pointer. Further, once we do that and test it for all the inputs, then we're going to take it several notches higher. I'm going to show you block transfer programs. Yes, you see your last 10 papers, you'll see it at least 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 times. Block transfers are always important. Whichever process, I teach numerous processors. In all of them, it's a popular question, because block transfer is something that we do all the time. When does this take place? It takes place whenever you do a copy-paste. How many times you do copy-paste in a day? It's one of the most frequently performed operations on a computer. You copy a file from one place to the other. You copy some text from a file, etc., etc. You copy messages and send them, and so on. Anyway, won't get into that. But the program that does all of that for you is a block transfer program. So I'm going to show you. First, we'll type out the program. When we run it, we're going to enter numbers on our chosen memory locations, create our own block, run our program. You'll see that entire block that you had created will transfer somewhere else. That happiness that you get when your program works and gives you the result that you wanted, nothing beats that. Then we'll do inverted block transfer, which means if you entered your block as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 10, your result will be 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, the reverse of that block. Then we'll do overlapping block transfer. This is what happens when you just shift a block from one place to the other within the block itself. That's called overlapping block transfer. Yes, we've seen these programs on the board, but I said doing it on the board is one thing. Doing it on the computer is where you actually know how your program runs, whether it's right or wrong, and if it's wrong, how to make it correct. Okay. Now, this entire video will be there on my website, www.bharatacharyaeducation.com. The link is given down below. Click on that link. If you're a first-time user, first of all, register yourself. Once you register, you'll see a bunch of courses. Like I said, I teach lots of processors. In fact, I teach more processors than the one that are already there. I'll be making courses for those also whenever it's possible. So, you select your desired processor. This video will be there in the 8085 English course. I'll be making this video in Hindi also in the coming few days. Select your course. Click on the subscribe button. Make the payment. As soon as you make the payment, the course will become active. What do you get in the course? There are about 40 plus videos in 8085. We cover everything. Architecture, theory, all of the theory topics, pin diagram, timing diagrams, the whole instruction set, truckloads of programs on the board, on the simulator as well now. Interfacing, peripheral chips, designing, and the works. Basically all of it. Plus, with every video, you get a PDF. That PDF has the whole theory, which we keep updating. These are silent things that we do behind the screen. Students don't even know. As in, when we come to know something can be written better, something can be presented better, we do that in the PDF and upload it. So what you get from the PDF from the site is always the updated one, which has the best possible inputs that we can give you. The PDFs contain everything. If it's a theory topic, they contain the whole theory. If it's a circuit diagram, the diagram with explanation. If it's a programming topic like this, all the programs with comments with every line of code, so that when you read it, you know exactly what you're doing. Further, along with that, you get PDFs of VIVA questions and PDFs of MCQs, both which we keep updating all the time. These are not just from college level. Yes, of course, 60% questions over there are for your college level, but there are many students amongst you all who are preparing for entrance exams, competitive exams, interviews. For those, the level goes higher. We have in those VIVA questions and MCQs, we included questions of all levels, even the toughest ones. I won't call them tough, the most interesting ones, I would say, with answers and wherever possible short explanations. Even those we keep updating all the time. So people like you who are preparing for GATE or ISRO or BRC or any of those prestigious exams or for placements, those will be very useful. Please do go through them. And if you're going for a placement or an interview, see to it that you've done programs on the computer before you go there. Now, apart from that, you also get direct access to me. This is my WhatsApp number. Whenever you have a doubt, text me on this number. First time you text, I will be asking you your subscription details once I know you're my student, because then it becomes so much easier to solve the doubt. I can tell you pinpoint, watch this video at this point, and your doubt will be solved. Not every doubt's answer is one line. Sometimes it's a big explanation. So it becomes very easy for me to tell you which video to watch to get the correct explanation. Okay, so we're starting with our video. Hope to see you there. Enjoy learning. It's a beautiful subject. You learn it right, it'll be your best subject of engineering, and you will relish all of this knowledge for years to come. Whenever you remember learning 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝗁𝗍, there'll be a smile on your face. Okay? Hope to see you there. Wish you all the best. Do well.